Hey there! Good morning, afternoon, evening, and welcome to another Abyss review. The Abyss just reset it yesterday, and we got a new Abyss. I didn't do all the reviews on the previous Abyss when buffs changed, because that doesn't change much. We're looking at the main thing, which is the monsters and buffs, if there are any leyline disorders, if there are any on the floors. So today's Abyss, well, yesterday's, and for like 2 or 3 resets that we're gonna have, has floor 11 and 12 changed. 9 and 10 are the same, so you can go to the previous Abyss review if you want some tips or anything for those floors. But today we're only talking about floor 11 and 12 because they are the main thing that changed, and let's get immediately started. So for floor 11, the leyline disorder that exists is that your characters have an electro damage bonus. That is, of course, to Celia and Miko because she is electro, and of course, there's also a healing bonus, and well, that's for Kokomi, who is rerunning later. Although, yeah, this Abyss should be while the Kokomi banner is on. Although, again, I don't exactly know how powerful this healing bonus really is, because it doesn't feel as powerful as, of course, the elemental damage bonuses, which is the electro one. So if you don't have any sort of electro teams, good luck, because this bonus is useless. So then, let's jump immediately into those chambers and see what's going on. As an overall thing for both floor 11 and 12, I'll rate this Abyss a go fuck themselves out of 10. Because those that put these monsters in and designed these monsters can go fuck themselves. This Abyss is annoying, it is hellish, and I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Now, for the previous one, I of course had Hu Tao to help me clear all of the bosses that existed, but I must say that the previous Abyss had one sponge of damage, which was the boss, and also these bosses had very predictable patterns, and they are bosses, there's only one of the boss, there's not multiple. Well then, this Abyss ain't it, oh boy. So then, floor 11. So floor 11's first chamber consists of a Abyss Herald, which is the Wicked Torrents, the Hydro guy, and the Cryo Abyss Mage. There's only two, there's only the Abyss Herald and the Cryo Abyss Mage on the first half of the first chamber. They are there to, of course, perma-freeze you, so you're going to need a Pyro slash cryo thing if you want to easily take out the Abyss Herald, or of course Electro, baby. So yeah, Electro is the easy option, but there is going to be quite an annoyance, I bet you, from people getting perma-freezed by the Abyss Herald and the Cryo Abyss Mage. So bringing in a Pyro unit to easily just delete the Cryo Abyss Mage, mostly of course the shield, because then it's stunned for a bit, will be the easy way to just get the Cryo Abyss Mage out and then focus on the Abyss Herald. Remember, of course, that on the first and second chamber of floor 11, you're only dealing with a 5 minutes timer, not a 7 minutes timer. So even if you bring only a Pyro character, like I only brought Hu Tao and the Geo characters for the Abyss Herald, I was easily able to kill him before time was running low. Then the second half of the first chamber is like some Whopper flowers. I think there is 2 Pyro and 2 Electro that spawn in the first wave, and then 2 Geo Visaps who both have auras. This second half, I bet you can be very, very annoying to a lot of people. Of course, it's meant to be overload hell, so that the Pyro Whopper flowers and the Electro Whopper flowers can overload you and just stun lock you and kill you. And the Geo Visaps both have Pyro and Electro auras. Also, they are Pyro and Electro elements respectively, so that can overload you and fuck you up. Just annoyance. That's the whole Abyss. Annoyance. The first half is there for permafreeze, and the second half is there for overload, just to annoy just to annoy the players. So congratulations on that. I can see easily this first chamber being very hard. There's no monument protection, it's just a time limit, but yeah, I dealt with them finely, but the second half of the first chamber, I can easily see making people rage a lot. Seriously. Second chamber of floor 11 is also the same thing in a way. The first half has Cryo and Hydro slimes and specters, And I don't think they have an Abyss Mage like Hydro or Cryo Abyss Mages, but it is full of Cryo and Hydro Slimes. Why, of course? Because they want to permafreeze you. So yeah, if you haven't figured it out, the first half is just hell. There's a lot of Spectres and they're Cryo or Hydro again so that they freeze you. They are tanky as fuck. The Slimes are fine, but the Spectres are tanky as fuck. And they're, like, I brought my Hu Tao team because my Hu Tao team will easily delete the Hydro Slimes and the Spectres because I have Xingqiu to apply Hydro because Spectres are not affected by their own element like the Slimes. Oh, God forbid would make a consistent enemy design, of course. So yeah, because Spectres aren't affected by their own element, I brought Xingqiu, of course, which pairs with Hu Tao, and she deleted things with Vaporize. Thing is, these Cryo and Hydro Slimes, they love floating, and my Hu Tao could not hit them. Just could not hit them. They were flying too high, and I couldn't hit them. Even on a flat-ass fuck surface, which is, is the Abyss. They just fly high. But who doesn't care about that? Why, Raiden and Miko, of course. Of course. Second half of the second chamber is Pyro Abyss Mages, Dendrosamatures, Pyro Spectres, and Electro Slimes. And Electro Spectres and Pyro Slimes. It's Overload Heaven, it's Burning Heaven with a Dendro Samature, although I didn't actually notice that guy a lot. But, it's Overload Heaven, just like Overload Hell, sorry. Just like the first chamber, Spectres are annoying, they're tanky, the same thing. So beautiful. Thank fuck we don't have a 7-minute timer on this. It would be absolute hell to go against this shit with a 7-minute timer. Not only that, in the second chamber, all of these waves with the Pyro Slimes and the Electro Spectres and, vice versa, they spawn on different places of the arena, of course, just to take out your stamina and your time. Beautiful. Third chamber is kind of, I would say, less annoying than the others. The first half of the third chamber has, doggies. It's just doggies, so they're tanky and they're annoying. Well, that's all. Oh, and of course they're Electro Doggies, because Electro Doggies become less resistant to Electro once you hit them with enough Electro. Gotta sell. But yeah, Electro Doggies, they got deleted by Hu Tao, but they can... I can see people having problems because they're just tanky as fuck. They move like they teleport around, they have lots of dashing attacks, and yeah, they're just tanks. They are just tanks, and also their hitboxes are fucked beyond compare. Like, I hate these dogs. I seriously hate these dogs. And the second half of the third chamber is an Abyss Lecter with the Pyro Abyss Lecter and the Electro Abyss Lecter. Overload City as I mentioned again. Oh, good. So these guys, it's only like one of each. And once again, they're just Overload City, with the problem being, of course, that the Electro Lecter can easily take out your energy, and if you are saving your energy for something that will, kill both of them, good luck. Because then, of course, you also have the Flames Lecter to dodge. So my Ayaka team easily dispersed the Electro guy with a Nayaka ultimate, because that is, Cryo is the counter to Electro. And then Child took care of the Flames guy, but you're going to have to, I guess, get a freeze team here, because the freeze teams are going to be good against the other enemies. And then the freeze team is the only way to really kill these guys. Xingqiu, Mona, and of course Child will be the only real easy guys to take out the Flames Lecter, and then your Cryo units can take out the Lightning Lecter. So freeze team is the only thing that I can recommend for the second half. And then for the first half, Miko and Raiden, of course, Electro teams, and Hu Tao. My Hu Tao did finely against them, but I can easily see people having troubles, especially with the doggies, and people not really being easy to handle the corrosion with the Hu Tao team, because Hu Tao team doesn't have a healer. I did fine, but I can easily say that Floor 11 is annoying as fuck. It's all permafreeze, it's all overload, it is completely designed to fuck you up and annoy you. It's that easy. Then we move on to floor 12. Oh, baby, you are not ready for this garbage. So floor 12 has no leyline disorder compared to last time where they had the honed spirit, even though I'll say that the honed spirit thing, I never noticed it because I just deleted the bosses with Hu Tao. This time though, without the thingy, the leyline disorder, floor 12 is fine, just barely fine if you're playing meta teams. And I'm talking about full-on meta. If you don't have any meta teams, you just wave those 36 stars bye-bye because you're not getting 36 stars. I didn't get the 36 stars with a fully built Hu Tao team and a very competent Ayaka Child team. Just could not get 36 stars. And on the first chamber denied me this, and here is why. First chamber of floor 12, first half, doggies. You've got 4 small dogs that spawn on the first wave, and then 2 large dogs that spawn on the second wave. They all spawn close together, and they're all electro. I wonder for whom. And, well, they're just sponges. They're just damage sponges. They have tons and tons of health, and they move around like crazy, completely wasting your time. Their hitboxes are complete garbage and massive, so they don't stay together, especially the 2 big ones, and they just waste your time. My Hu Tao, which is, single targeted goddess, right, could not delete the big doggies. They were just so tanky, and they just could not sit together to just get destroyed. No, they're just this damage heavy, and it's just so annoying. Like, I couldn't do it. I had to spend like 1 or 2 minutes against the big dogs. Like the small dogs, that was fine, but the big dogs, fuck that. I saw, like, in my tries to get 36 stars, like one of the dogs targeted Ushi, Ito's bull, then the other one just went off and flied in the other side of the arena, just completely targeting another entity or whatever the fuck. There was no taunt there. It just went and attacked the other direction. I was like, what? And then I was like, okay, it attacked the other thing. Ushi is out of duration, so he'll target me, right? Hell no! He just stared at me. He was just looking. And I was like, are you gonna come close? If you come close, I can hit you with both Hu Tao and Xingqiu and kill you. Nah. The dog was just sitting there waiting for the treat, baby. It was just waiting for something to happen. And I was like, well, thanks, brother. Thanks for fucking my time up. Nice. And the second half, oh baby, this second half, oh boy. The second half contains the Bathismal Vishaps. The new guys from Enkanomiya. If you thought the dogs were tanky, and if you thought the specters were tanky, you are not ready for these motherfuckers. So the first wave has 2 small ones, 1 Hydro, 1 Cryo, I wonder why. And the second wave has 2 big Hydro ones that they spawn in completely different areas of the arena, and barely come close together. And exactly like the dogs, they have a fucked hitbox, they move a lot, and they just do not want to stay together because they have huge ass hitboxes. These motherfuckers just do not die. Like, do not, if you're not like full on meta invested, like I'm talking highly invested teams. Like my Hu Tao team, again, Hu Tao, Staff of Homa and everything, just had so much problem against this chamber. And my other Ayaka team, Ayaka, Miss Splitter, full-on kitted with artifacts, Child, full-on kitted with artifacts, and a Skyward Harp. I had Bennett with a Skyward Blade. I just could not kill these motherfuckers in time. Because they just wouldn't stay together, even if I froze them. And, like, no matter what I tried to bring, Mona. I brought Mona for the damage amp. I brought Chongyun to kind of battery Ayaka as best as I could with a Favonius sword. I brought freaking Fischl because I had an elegy for the end, and I just didn't want to use Amber with elegy for the end. I brought Fischl. I was like, maybe something with the elegy for the end might help. Hell no. These Bathismal Vishaps are fucking tanks. Tanks to hell. And of course, they're Hydro and Cryo. I wonder what elements they're not resistant to. That's right, it's Electro. Gotta sell Yaemiko and Raiden, am I right? And yeah, if you're not playing full on meta teams, you're not doing this thing. You are not beating Chamber 1 with 3 stars. Both of these halves are total tanks and sponges that move everywhere. They'll dodge everything and they will not group up. You can't bring Kazuha, can't bring Venti, you can't bring anything to try to move them together. They'll just ignore all of that, of course. So yeah, for me, the first chamber completely fucked me over. I tried my absolute best to try it again and get the 3 stars. It is impossible for me. And I think that it's impossible for many others to beat this chamber with 3 stars without going full on meta teams with powerful characters and just broken ass combinations. There's no way. The Vishaps eat up your energy as well. Every attack of theirs eats your energy. Like the Electro Lectors weren't enough. We had these fucking idiots eating up energy, so I just couldn't battery my Ayaka with a Favonius sword and Chongyun because my energy got eaten. Amazing! But who doesn't have energy problems? Why, Electro teams with Raiden, of course. Ah, there it is. There's the solution. There's the solution. So yeah, first chamber can go fuck itself. Seriously can go fuck itself. Second chamber is much easier. So in the first half of the second chamber, you've got 2 Ruin Graders. Pretty standard, just don't bring a physical team because the Ruin enemies are resistant to physical. And then the second half is the Wolf Boss, the Wolf Lord. So first of all, you're going to need Geo on the second half because you cannot beat the Wolf Lord without a Geo character. So if you have teams that do not use any Geo characters, good luck with this Abyss. But it's a boss. Hu-Tao teams and other single target teams can deal with it very well. Too bad though that if that team is a melee team, you're not touching this dog. This dog loves to fly and it never comes down. Yep, I did like 2 tries on the Wolf Lord, and the first one, it never ever landed. It never landed. It just continuously flied and flied and just continuously went in circles and just shooted the like wolf heads at me. And that was it. It never came down. It came a bit down for the laser, and then it came down because because it needed to go to the phase with the jail things that you need to break. Also, I haven't seen this attack at any time when I fought this for Ito. It has an attack with like circles that deal geo damage at some point with explosions, and that filled the whole arena. And I'm not talking about the huge circle that usually, covers the whole arena except for the heads. I'm talking about smaller circles that spread around the arena and were just undodgeable because they were just everywhere. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't do anything but take the damage because I was trying to break the heads as fast as possible. So good job on putting the Wolf Lord on an arena that is smaller than the designed one, because the arena in the overworld is big enough because it has these big attacks, but the Abyss arena is not, and the attacks become completely undodgeable. Congratulations, you Abyss designers. Oh baby. So yeah, if you don't have Geo, and if you don't have a very, very powerful single target team that can just delete the boss in one rotation and then force it to the the phase with the heads, you're not making it unless you're playing Ganyu, because that's the only thing. This thing continuously flies. It never comes down unless for a few attacks, and even then it doesn't like come down for the duration you need it to hit it enough. And yeah, and also when it was down, when I had broken the heads and it was down because of that, I did a charge attack with my Hu-Tao and it sent me flying. So amazing hitboxes on the boss, I have to say. Just a casual charge attack with Hu-Tao and being sent to the skies. Amazing job, I have to say. Congratulations, you designers. And then the third chamber. So the first half of the third chamber of floor 12 has some ruin destroyers and ruin scouts. Those are the like jellyfish and like snake ruin enemies. There's like 4 of them, I think, and they're pretty easy. Yeah, again, no physical teams because they are resistance. They have high resistance to physical attacks. And that's it, really. They're easy because we've seen them again on the Abyss, and they were not that bad. They like to group up because they have plenty of attacks that, you know, they burrow to the ground and then they come up exactly where your position is, so you can group them up easily. They're not hard. Then the second half, okay then. The second half is the Baptismal Vishap boss that is in Enkanomiya. If you farmed for Yaemiko or Shenhe, you would have fought this boss before, or you fought it in the event, the Three Realms Gateway Offering event. These guys are pretty big tanks, although I would actually tell you they're less tanky than the normal enemies, because I killed these guys pretty finely. I brought a Hutao team because I had a Hutao team for the second half of the previous chamber. You know, double Geo Hutao team for the second chamber for the Wolf Lord. And of course, it's a boss, single target. It's gonna kill it. And I'm like, the third chamber has a boss as well. Bring in Hutao. And she did finely against these motherfuckers. They also drain your energy. But the big thing is that if you kill one of them, it will respawn. It will revive itself if you don't kill the other one fast enough. The good thing is, though, that the Abyss lacks the environmental obstacles that the arena has normally. Normally, there are these walls in the arena that you need to break because one of the Vishaps jumps on it. And that separates these two motherfuckers a lot, because you'll break the wall, the Vishap will drop on the ground and be stunned, and then the other one will just be shooting you from the other side of the arena. That was the problem with the boss in the event, is that they were not grouped for so long, you couldn't kill them together. Now in the Abyss, I noticed that they did plenty of attacks together at least. So they are grouped together, so you can, if you split your damage correctly, kill them pretty well, like synchronized. I think they did one attack where they split into the other sides of the arena, and like I think I let that attack go and then just killed them once they were back together. So because the walls don't exist, this thing is actually kind of fine. I don't know if they can revive continuously. I think so, but hopefully you can find yourselves a team that can easily deal with them. Again, it's a boss, so any single target team will be will take care of these guys easily. Like, just split your damage. Damage one. If you don't have a lot of AoE, damage one, and then try to damage the other one, bring it into low health, and then switch back to the other one, kill it, and then finish off the other one. That's what I did. And they actually go down pretty easily. Again, they felt like less of a sponge than the first chamber. Take that into consideration. And that's the Abyss. It is cancer. It is annoying as fuck. Floor 11 is all about freezing and overloading you. And floor 12, the second and third chamber are fine, with the Wolf Lord having a few problems with flying around and not allowing melee characters to hit it. And then, but the big one is the first chamber. The first chamber that is just full of tanks. Just tanky enemies that move around, do not group up, have janky as fuck hitboxes, and they're just annoying to hell. And that's it. Comment down your own opinions and experiences with the Abyss. I'm gonna leave this one on 35 stars, and I'm not gonna kill myself for 36 stars. So that's it. I'll see you in another video. Goodbye. Like the video, of course, and subscribe, please. I would appreciate it. Goodbye.